Valsa Williams, and with me is VC Pramod with the Midday News. The headlines. Monsoon session of Parliament begins. Both houses adjourned till 2 p.m. over ruckus by opposition members. Government is ready for meaningful discussions and to answer all questions during the monsoon session, says Prime Minister. Over 40 crore 64 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered so far under nationwide vaccination drive. COVID-19 recovery rate now stands at 97.32%. Over 38,000 new cases reported in last 24 hours. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says he looks forward to enhance and strengthen deep-rooted people-to-people ties between India and Nepal. 15th Finance Commission recommends grant of 6,143 crore rupees for online learning and development of professional courses in regional languages. Assam government decides to provide jobs to National Games medalists. Heavy rain lashes several parts of Delhi NCR. Met Department predicts heavy rainfall in northern India and several parts of Maharashtra. And in cricket, India beat Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in first ODI in Colombo, leads the 3-match series 1-0. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also to help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011 2397 8046 and 1075. And now the news. The Lok Sabha has been adjourned till 2 p.m. over uproarious scenes by the opposition members on the first day of the monsoon session. The House today witnessed ruckus as soon as it met for the day. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi rose to introduce the new ministers in the Lok Sabha, ruckus began in the House. Opposition members trooped to the well of the House, demanding repeal of the farm laws and shouting slogans about rise in fuel prices. It is a tradition of the House that the Prime Minister introduces his new cabinet colleagues on day 1 of the session. The Prime Minister said he thought there would be enthusiasm in Parliament as so many women, Dalits and tribals have become ministers. Mr. Modi said this time many persons from OBCs and agricultural community have been given berths in the Council of Ministers. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh objected to the unruly behaviour of opposition members. Mr. Singh bemoaned that opposition members' ruckus is unfortunate when the Prime Minister stood up to introduce the new ministers. Later, Speaker Om Birla adjourned the House till 2 p.m. Earlier, the Lok Sabha paid tributes to 40 of its former members. The Rajya Sabha has been adjourned till 2 p.m. following opposition uproar over price rise, farmers' issues along with some other issues. When the House met after the first adjournment at 12:24 p.m., Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu, while making his remarks, said the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic has tested us severely. He said the governments and all others concerned had to work overtime to address the bottlenecks in health infrastructure. Mr. Naidu said, despite best efforts, a good number of precious lives have been lost, and the need of the hour is to learn from the experiences of the first and second waves so as to be better equipped for the possible fresh bouts of the pandemic that are being talked about. The chairman expressed confidence that the country will collectively overcome this challenge of the invisible coronavirus. Some Congress members objected to the chairman's opening remarks. Members from the Congress, TMC, Left, YSR Congress, Aam Aadmi Party and others trooped to the well, raising slogans against the government over price rise, farmers and other issues. Some Congress members were seen displaying posters over the Pegasus spyware issue. Amidst noisy scenes, Prime Minister Narendra Modi rose to introduce new ministers in the Union Council of Ministers. Mr. Modi expressed displeasure over the unruly scenes in the House and saying it is an occasion when women ministers and ministers from SC and ST communities are being introduced, but questioned the mentality which can't see their glory. He said the House is witnessing such a scene for the first time. Leader of the House, Piyush Goyal, condemned the opposition for disrupting introduction of new ministers. Earlier, when the House met this morning on the first day of the monsoon session, the proceedings were adjourned for 1 hour after paying tributes to sitting members Dr. Raghunath Mohapatra and Rajiv Satav. The upper house also paid homage to 10 of its former members, including actor Dilip Kumar and former Union Minister Ajit Singh, as well as the legendary track and field sprinter Milkha Singh. The chairman introduced the new leader of the House, Piyush Goyal. Newly elected member from Kerala, Abdul Wahab, took oath.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that government is ready for meaningful discussions and to answer all questions during the monsoon session of Parliament. Talking to reporters ahead of the monsoon session, Mr. Modi urged all MPs and political parties to ask the most difficult and sharpest questions in the House.
ये सदन परिणामकारी हो, सार्थक चर्चा के लिए समर्पित हो, देश की जनता जो जवाब चाहती है वो जवाब सरकार को देने की पूरी तैयारी है। मैं सभी माननीय सांसदों से, सभी राजनीतिक दलों से आग्रह करूंगा कि वो तीखे से तीखे सवाल पूछें, धारदार सवाल पूछें, लेकिन शांत वातावरण में सरकार को जवाब का मौका भी दें, ताकि जनता जनार्दन के पास सत्य पहुंचाने से लोकतंत्र को भी ताकत मिलती है, जनता का भी विश्वास बढ़ता है और देश की गति भी तेज होती है प्रगति की.
Mr. Modi also appealed all to cooperate in following all COVID protocols. The Prime Minister urged floor leaders to take out some time tomorrow evening. He said he would like to give them all detailed information regarding the COVID-19 pandemic.
ये पैंडेमिक ऐसी महामारी है जो पूरे विश्व को अपनी चपेट में लिया हुआ है, पूरी मानव जात को अपनी चपेट में लिया हुआ है और इसलिए हम चाहते हैं कि संसद में भी इस पैंडेमिक के संबंध में सार्थक चर्चा हो, सबसे प्राथमिकता देते हुए इसकी चर्चा हो और सारे व्यवहारू सुझाव सभी माननीय सांसदों से मिले ताकि पैंडेमिक के खिलाफ लड़ाई में बहुत नयापन भी आ सकता है, कुछ कमियां रह गई हो तो उसको भी ठीक किया जा सकता है और इस लड़ाई में सब साथ मिलकर के आगे बढ़ सकते हैं.
Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today informed the Lok Sabha that the government has on the 28th of June announced a stimulus package of 6,28,993 crore rupees. She said the package aims to boost diverse sectors of economy affected by COVID-19 pandemic. Ms. Sitharaman said the government has announced a total of 17 measures in 3 broad categories. In a written reply in the Lok Sabha, she said the 3 broad categories are economic relief from pandemic, strengthening public health and impetus for growth and employment. The minister also informed that the government has decided to provide guarantee to the scheduled commercial banks for loans to new or existing non-banking financial companies, NBFS, and microfinance institutions for lending of up to 1.25 lakh rupees to approximately 25 lakh small borrowers. She also said Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana has been extended till 31st of March next year.
The Union Government today said there is no proposal under consideration for setting up of a digital banking infrastructure corporation. In a written reply in the Lok Sabha, Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Bhagwat Karad, said, as per inputs from banks, some PSBs have held discussions to set up a corporation to create a common digital infrastructure platform as a joint initiative of the banks. 4 new elected members took oath in the Lok Sabha today. Madila Gurumurthy from Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh, Mangal Suresh Angadi of Belgavi in Karnataka, MP Abdul Samad from Malappuram in Kerala and Vijay Vasant from Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu were administered oath as soon as the House met for the day.
On the first day of the monsoon session of Parliament today, TMC MPs held protest outside Parliament against the rise in prices of petrol, diesel and LPG. The members cycled in the Parliament House complex raising slogans. Members from BSP and Akali Dal also staged protest against the farm laws. They displayed placards demanding repeal of the 3 laws. BSP MP Satish Chandra Mishra and Akali Dal leader Sukhbir Singh Badal and Harsimrat Kaur Badal joined the protest. The 15th Finance Commission has recommended a grant of 6,143 crore rupees for online learning and development of professional courses in regional languages for higher education in India. Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has mentioned this in Lok Sabha in a written reply. In reply to a question of the member, Mr. Pradhan said that out of the total 250 crore rupees have been allocated for Andhra Pradesh. The minister said that the promotion of online education has been provided through the development of massive open online courses, MOOCs, direct-to-home DTH content development, digital classrooms and provision of devices for 25 lakh students belonging to socially and economically weaker sections of society.
India has administered over 40 crore 64 lakh doses of COVID vaccine so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. The Union Health Ministry said more than 13,63,000 vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours. The ministry said more than 38,000 patients recovered during the last 24 hours and the recovery rate now stands at 97.32%. Till now, more than 3 crore 3 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19. The country reported 38,164 new cases in the last 24 hours. The ministry said India's active caseload has further declined to around 4,21,000. The active cases constitute 1.35% of the total reported cases so far. The ministry said testing capacity has been substantially ramped up and 44 crore 54 lakh tests for COVID-19 have been conducted in total. The Union Government today said more than 42 crore 15 lakh vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories so far. The new phase of universalization of COVID-19 vaccination commenced from the 21st of last month.
In Madhya Pradesh, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has said that all possible efforts are being made to prevent corona infection. The work of conducting maximum tests, tracing contacts of positive cases is being done continuously. The Chief Minister was interacting with the media at Bhopal. More from our correspondent.
The state conducted more than 78,000 tests yesterday, out of which 18 tested positive. There are 219 active COVID-19 cases in the state. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has appealed to the people of the state not to get careless towards corona. Pooja Pivardhan, AIR News, Bhopal.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Monsoon session of Parliament begins. Both houses adjourn till 2 p.m. over ruckus by opposition members. Government ready for meaningful discussions to answer all questions during monsoon session, says Prime Minister. Over 40 crore 64 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered so far under nationwide vaccination drive. COVID-19 recovery rate now stands at 97.32%, over 38,000 new cases reported in last 24 hours. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says he looks forward to enhance and strengthen deep-rooted people-to-people ties between India and Nepal. 15th Finance Commission recommends grant of 6,143 crore rupees for online learning and development of professional courses in regional languages. Assam government decides to provide jobs to national games medalists. Heavy rain lashes several parts of Delhi NCR. Met Department predicts heavy rainfall in northern India and several parts of Maharashtra. And in cricket, India beat Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in first ODI in Colombo, led the 3-match series 1-0. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
The Centre is disseminating awareness of national helpline numbers for the benefit of citizens during the COVID-19 pandemic. The helpline number of the Health and Family Welfare Ministry is 1075. The Child Helpline number is 1098. For senior citizens of Delhi, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand, the helpline number is 14567. The helpline number of the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, NIMHANS, for psychological support is 080 4611 0007. The Ayush COVID-19 counselling helpline number is 14443 and MyGov WhatsApp help desk number is 9013151515.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. News just in. The Lok Sabha has been adjourned till 3:30 p.m. As the House met after lunch, the opposition members continued shouting slogans. The chair adjourned the House till 3:30 p.m. Nepal's new Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deoba has won a vote of confidence in the House of Representatives. Mr. Deoba, chief of the Nepali Congress, secured 165 votes in the 275-member House yesterday. A total of 136 votes were required for Deoba to win the vote of confidence. Mr. Deoba took the oath of office in secrecy for a record fifth time on July the 13th, a day after a five-member constitutional bench reinstated the dissolved House of Representatives for the second time in 5 months. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated Mr. Deoba for winning the vote of confidence in Parliament. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said he looks forward to working with him to further enhance the unique partnership in all sectors and strengthen deep-rooted people-to-people ties between India and Nepal. Mr. Deoba thanked Prime Minister Modi for the congratulatory note.
Maharashtra will be the first state in the country to issue educational documents using blockchain technology. Maharashtra Skill Development Minister Nawab Malik said 1 million diploma certificates will be issued using this technology. A report from our correspondent.
Forgery of documents is a serious concern for various educational and other institutions. Many steps are being taken to avoid forgery along with verification of documents. Maharashtra State Board of Skill Development has decided to issue blockchain-based certificates to students. Around 10 lakh digital certificates will be issued to diploma holders of 8 educational years. Maharashtra Skill Development Minister Mr. Nawab Malik said that Singapore, Malta, Bahrain are the only countries using this technology. Maharashtra will be the first Indian state and world's largest user of blockchain for educational certificates. Technology provider LegitDog CEO Neil says each student will receive certificate LegitDog zip digital file containing original PDF diploma certificates and its corresponding blockchain proof file. It can be verified within 10 seconds from anywhere around the world and does not require human intervention. Jeevan Bhavsar, AIR News, Mumbai.
Met Department has issued a red alert for Mumbai, Thane, Palghar, Raigad, Ratnagiri, Sindhudurg, Pune, Kolhapur and Satara districts of Maharashtra for today. It has warned that extremely heavy rains are expected in isolated places. Orange alert has been issued for the next 4 days in these districts. Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation has informed that around 50 millimeters of rain was recorded in Mumbai city and western suburbs, while 90-meter rainfall was recorded in eastern suburbs. Some places have recorded more than 100 millimeters of rain. Around 70 millimeters of rain was recorded in Thane, while more than 150 millimeters of rainfall was recorded in Navi Mumbai. High tide of 3.58 meters is expected around 7 p.m. Suburban train services are running cautiously between Vikhroli and Kanjurmarg due to heavy rainfall.
Parts of Delhi and several other parts of the National Capital Region are receiving moderate to heavy rain accompanied by thunderstorms from early this morning. This led to waterlogging in low-lying areas and affected traffic movement in several areas. Delhi Traffic Police also alerted commuters to avoid specific stretches of roads where waterlogging has been reported. The Indian Meteorological Department IMD has predicted thunderstorm with moderate to heavy rainfall in Delhi and parts of National Capital Region, including Gurugram, Faridabad and Noida today.
Today, as per the latest observation we have till morning, there has been 4 to 5 centimeter rainfall over Delhi since yesterday night, and it will continue also today, some light and moderate spell also. And then we have the alert mainly for the Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab and Haryana for today also for heavy rainfall. And for other part of India like West Coast, including Maharashtra, Karnataka and Kerala also. Mumbai has rainfall also, chances are there, heavy rainfall. So that we have put also alert Mumbai city. And the other part of India, mainly the eastern coast, the rainfall has not been that much high.
In Gujarat, heavy rainfall was recorded in southern districts of the state, namely Valsad, Surat and Navsari till morning. Around 99 tehsils received moderate to heavy rainfall in the state in the last 24 hours, most of them from southern Gujarat region. Indian Meteorological Department has predicted heavy to very heavy rainfall in South Gujarat region till tomorrow morning. A report from our correspondent.
The highest 237 mm rainfall was recorded in Umargam Tehsil of Valsad district. Heavy downpour was also witnessed in many parts of Surat and Navsari district. Heavy rains caused waterlogging at many places in Valsad, Vapi and Navsari. IMD has predicted heavy to heavy rainfall in the southern Gujarat region till tomorrow morning and has asked fishermen not to venture into the Arabian Sea till 21st July. IMD has said that state has so far recorded a rainfall deficit of more than 30%. Aparna Khun, AR News, Ahmedabad.
Several areas of Himachal Pradesh have been receiving intermittent to heavy rain since morning. The State Met Department has forecast heavy to very heavy rain warning at isolated places of the plains, low hills and middle hills over the next 48 hours. Meanwhile, Kullu-Mandi National Highway has been disrupted near Pando due to a landslide. In Ladakh, continuous rainfall since morning in both Leh and Kargil district has brought relief from the rising temperature, which reached up to almost 37 degrees Celsius. A report.
As per the Director Meteorology, UT Ladakh, rainfall will cause flash floods, mudslide and landslide, and there will be temporary disruption of surface transport. It is pertinent to mention here that this period is the season of harvesting the first crop, barley. Farmers are in fear that rain will damage the harvested crop. Weather Department has advised commuters to check the status of roads from concerned traffic police before commencement of journey. As well as rain may lead to seepage of rainwater, changthi from rooftops. Met Department has also advised trekkers, tourists to remain alert when in mountains during these periods. The Deputy Commissioner Leh has directed all concerned departments to gear up their men and machinery and to be in a state of preparedness and responsive to deal with any eventuality that may rise due to inclement weather. Meanwhile, due to flash floods at Chesasna Sanko, traffic on NH 301 has been disrupted. For AR News, this is Anadali Kargil.
The government has dismissed the allegations regarding its surveillance on specific people, saying that the allegation has no concrete basis or truth associated with it whatsoever. The government has clarified that India is a robust democracy that is committed to ensuring the right to privacy to all its citizens as a fundamental right. The government's statement came in response to inquiries on the Pegasus Project media report. In the statement, the government said in the past similar claims were made regarding the use of Pegasus on WhatsApp by the Indian state. In Odisha, preparations are in full swing in the holy city of Puri to conduct the return car festival of Lord Jagannath and his siblings tomorrow. Known as Bahuda Yatra, the return car festival marks the homecoming of the deities to their divine abode, Sri Jagannath Temple. More in this report.
The Bahuda Yatra falls on the 9th day of the Ratha Yatra, that is when the deity Lord Jagannath, Lord Balabhadra and Goddess Subhadra along with the Sudarshana Chakra visit Sri Gundicha temple in their respective realms. All the rituals are going on as per the tradition and amid all COVID-19 protocols. Like in the car festival that was celebrated on the 12th of this month, in the return car festival too, only the servitors would be allowed to pull the holy chariots, and that too only after being tested negative for the virus. The district administration of Puri has decided to clamp curfew in the city from tonight to prevent any congregation in and around the Badadanda or the Grand Road on which the Jagannath will roll majestically down to the Sri Mandir tomorrow. Girish Chandra Das, AIR News, Bhubaneswar.
About 60,000 people are performing Hajj in Saudi Arabia today as part of downsized pilgrimage due to coronavirus pandemic. Only those Saudi citizens and residents who have been vaccinated are allowed to take part in the pilgrimage. Marking the beginning of 5-day pilgrimage yesterday, Hajj pilgrims spent the night at Mina. Congress leader Navjot Singh Sidhu will officially take over the post of President of Punjab Congress Committee soon. Mr. Sidhu continued to meet the ministers and legislators of the party. Today he visited the house of recently announced State Congress Working President Kuljit Singh Nagara at Mohali. Sources said soon he will reach Chandigarh and visit the residence of Cabinet Minister Tript Rajendra Singh Bajwa, from where he may go to meet Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh. This is All India Radio giving you the news.
दुनिया रंग बिरंगी, खट्टे मीठे रसीले समाचारों का सतरंगी खजाना आकाशवाणी पर। खबरें होंगी हटकर, जानेंगे कुछ अलग, हंसेंगे खुलकर, करेंगे सजग। सुनना न भूलें सोमवार और मंगलवार 8 सवेरे तथा शनिवार और रविवार कार्यक्रम परिक्रमा में।
हमने मचाया शोर, गूंजे सारे सारे अंबर में, झलके हौसले समंदर से, ला 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 ला, can you hear our voices roar? Ganga coming.
With 5 days to go for the Tokyo Olympic Games, AIR today takes a look at Indian men's golfers Anirban Lahiri and Udayan Mane and charts their journey so far.
The 34-year-old Anirban Lahiri is ranked 360 in the world and returns for his second straight Olympics. In 2016 Rio, he finished a forgettable 56 out of 59 finishers. Therefore, he's obviously keen to do far better this time. Being 59th out of 60 qualifiers, Lahiri has no burden of expectations. The 30-year-old Udayan Mane's runner-up performance in the Bengal Open and third-place finish in the Tata Steel PGTI Players' Championship at Panchkula helped him to garner ample official world golf ranking points to gain an Olympic qualification. Udayan is placed last, one ahead of teammate Anirban Lahiri in the list of 60 qualifiers for Tokyo. Udayan finally clinches Olympic place after Argentina's Emiliano Grillo withdrew from the Games on 24th of June, making him the third Indian to qualify. He is currently ranked 372 in the world. Sports Desk, AIR News.
In cricket, India won the first one-day international of the three-match series against Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in Colombo last night. Chasing a victory target of 263 runs set by Sri Lanka, India achieved the target in 36.4 overs with Shikhar Dhawan's unbeaten 86 in 95 balls and Ishan Kishan's 59 in 42 balls. Prithvi Shaw, who made 43 in 24 balls, was named player of the match. With this win, India has taken a 1-0 lead in the three-match series. Earlier, opting to bat first after winning the toss, hosts posted 262 for 9 in the stipulated 50 overs. The second ODI will be played tomorrow.
Now let us take a look at the weather update for today. National capital Delhi is likely to experience generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Temperature will hover between 25 and 29 degrees Celsius. Mumbai is expected to have a generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. Chennai is likely to witness a generally cloudy sky with light rain. Kolkata may witness a partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Srinagar is expected to experience partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Jammu may see a partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Leh is likely to have a generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Minimum maximum temperature will be between 17 and 25. Gilgit might experience generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain, thunderstorm or dust storm. Muzaffarabad is likely to witness generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. Now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Monsoon session of Parliament begins. Both houses adjourned over ruckus by opposition members. Government is ready for meaningful discussions and to answer all questions during the monsoon session, says Prime Minister. Over 40 crore 64 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered so far under nationwide vaccination drive. COVID-19 recovery rate now stands at 97.32%. Over 38,000 new cases reported in last 24 hours. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says he looks forward to enhance and strengthen deep-rooted people-to-people ties between India and Nepal. 15th Finance Commission recommends grant of 6,143 crore rupees for online learning and development of professional courses in regional languages. Assam government decides to provide jobs to National Games medalists. Heavy rain lashes several parts of Delhi NCR. Met Department predicts heavy rainfall in northern India and several parts of Maharashtra. And in cricket, India beat Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in first ODI in Colombo, lead the three-match series 1-0. And with that, we end the midday news.